Alright, so we should be live. Let me get the music started. And okay. How are we all doing today? Good. Now I see you guys typing. Good. Alright, let me go share the link in the Discord. And then we will get started. Let me know if music, audio, and all that stuff is sounding good. And that is shared. Alright. Alright, can you guys all hear me well? Let me bring it a little bit closer. Alright, there we go. Okay. Alright, so today we are going to be implementing some of the new Ouranosaurus animations. I believe Kleiner is the one who made most of them up. Asadek made a couple of them. Let me switch over my screen so you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright, so here are our animations. And so we're going to start with probably the attacks, because those are the most fun, and let's start with those. So first we're going to select one of our first ones and create our montage, of course. And we'll get that moved over here to our montage section. Most important question ever. I waited to ask this for so long. What is your favorite dinosaur from the roster? That's a good one. Probably Minmi. Hey, Rar. Alright, so there's our first attack. Let's go grab the other ones. We're actually going to delete this one because I have a specific order I must follow. If we go over to the EOCAR, yes, we start with the right and then we do left, smallest number to largest number. So right 45, right 90, right 135, and right 180. Oh, right 180. New montage section. So what I'm doing is I'm putting all the animations into a montage and then I'm sectioning them off so that when we call them in the code, we can call them specifically for these ones. So it's, let me see here, right 90. So it'll call right 90 in the code. and that'll call this alt attack right to 90 degrees animation. And we'll just do that for every single one we have here. And I always forget you have to hit enter to make these things work. If you just type it in, it won't save it for you. Right 180, enter. Yes, and that is looking good now. Yes, okay. So that's these first 4 done, and then we'll just do the next 4 for the left side. $45. Turn the music up a tad. Sure. Let me know how that is. 45. Left 135. Left 1. Oh. Left 135. Left 135. No. There it goes. And left 180. And these same montage sections for this side. So left 45. Move it over. New montage. Left 90. Move it over. Very repetitive with these alt attacks. When we get to the special abilities like the shove and the grab and all that kind of stuff, it'll be a lot more enjoyable to watch. But for now, we figured we'd give you guys a little sneak peek into what it looks like implementing all this stuff. Did I forget one? I forgot the 90. Left 180. Alright. And I can let this play through so you guys can view all these. I might have to spin around. But yep. So 135. There. Then it'll do the 180. Then it'll come around to this side. Do the same thing but face to the left side. We'll save that. Now, real quick, I do have to hide my screen. I can't quite show you guys everything, so I'm going in and just adding in the ability for this Ouranosaurus so that way it can do this attacks and stuff. Ourano abilities. And add. Okay, so I do need to make a separate one. It says left 180. Ooh, it says left 180 with a capital E. Yes, that would cause some issues. Feel like you should have made the thumb sights bigger. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit bigger. almost done. That's the ability set up. We move it over because we like to have our file structure neat here. It's one of the things we've been working on in the project is moving some of the files around, making things a little bit easier to understand. So if we have new people come on, we can kind of figure out where everything is a little bit easier. Abilities and attacks. And let me just make sure there's nothing in here. Yep, let me just add the montage in, and then I can show you guys the screen again. All right. Oh, not that one. Okay. So let's see if this worked. Oh, good, we are the Urano. Okay, so. Field. Okay, let me take a look at that. All this is Urano. That doesn't matter. These aren't needed. Gonna hide the screen again. Do apologize. It's gonna be a lot of back and forth with the screen hiding as we gotta keep some of our code under wraps. But feel free to ask questions and stuff. I have the chat open, so I'll keep talking and let you know what I'm doing and answer any questions you guys have. Just adding on a little bit of debug. That'll help us figure out exactly what the issue is here. Again, I probably just, forgot something. Oh yeah, like actually assigning the ability to it. Ouranosaurus direct shell. And that is the directional attack. Okay, let me take a look at this. And if it works, I can show you guys. Alright, so it is calling it. That's good. Good. Alright, let's test it again. Alright, respond in. Alt left. And it stands still. Ooh, I see what it is. Okay. Is it that? You got the slot name. You guys are all set up. Funny thing about coding. You always think you know what you're doing, but then something happens. Let's see. This is the EO cars. And that's all set up correctly, because it works. Ouranos. Gonna remove these links real quick. Will this game be a hardcore survival like Isle where constant starvation is a common? Probably not. I wouldn't say so. So for Ouranosaurus, I believe I have the hunger time to about 40 minutes or so as an adult. So you'll have about 40 minutes or so to run around and get your food and stuff. Thirst, I think, is a little bit faster, or quite a bit faster, about 25 minutes. So that's the one you'll struggle with a little bit more. I have to say I love that new menu that was made. Nope, still not playing. You need your tags? Let me hide the screen real quick. It might need these tags. I didn't think it did, but it might. Luckily, I do have the EO card to look off of, so I can cheat a little bit and figure out what I did there. Can you roleplay as Shrek in this game? That is probably a no. I don't know, maybe that'll be a mod or something someday. How did you get your start into game development? So, that is a long story, and that's going to go back to probably when I was 10 or 11. And I first started by playing this game called Unturned. And in this game, it's like a Robloxy Minecraft type game, but you survive and fight against zombies. And in that game, you could create your maps. So that's kind of where it started. I really enjoyed making maps and stuff and content there. Fast forward into college, and I was applying at a community college, and I was going to major in music composition since I did a lot of stuff with music. But then I took a couple coding courses, and I started looking into Unreal a little bit more. It was started in Unreal 4, again with the map design and stuff. And starting to, you know, kind of want to make my own games, kind of wanting to just mess around in the engine, create these characters, code these things. You know, it's kind of a cool thing when you think about it, like all these numbers and letters and stuff just make this stuff work, and that kind of always just was cool, I guess. But yeah, from there, I started taking a couple classes and stuff and courses on it, and both in college and online ones that you can find. I forget exactly what they're called. I'll have to look them. From there, I then had reached out to Islander to apply for this position, I think about 2 years, maybe exactly 2 years ago. I'd have to check. But ever since then, I've been on this project, and I've been on a couple other projects as well. But yeah, I kind of just started, you know, 10 years ago, a little longer than 10 years ago when I was map creating. Which dev is this? This is Furious Smaug. I am the dinosaur coder and balance. And I do the balance and stuff. No, I don't need those ones. Alright, let's see. Rar had me on a little tangent there, talking about my life. Alright, let's see what this code says. Okay. Okay, we'll look back to that. I want to keep you guys occupied a little bit. So what we're going to do next is work on the damage part. So you can see right now he's swinging, and he swings twice. And I messed with this a little bit earlier. Put a face cam on? No, I will not do a face cam. I don't even think I have a camera around. But sorry, distracted. We're going to be adding in the attack. So if you look in the EO car here, we have, and I can share this with this stuff with you guys because it's kind of standard stuff. We have notifies, and these notifies will apply the damage and kind of where all the damage will happen. So if I turn on the debug for this one, you can see a little sphere shows up here, and if I drag it along, as soon as he clamps down, that sphere shows up, or capsule I should say. So that's what we're going to be putting into here, just these anim notifies, where the Ourano deals damage. So we just kind of take a look, and we're going to do, which one goes first? The left arm, okay, so... Ooh, does that go inside? No? Okay, I mean, that'll be good right about there. So then we'll line it up, and how did that look? Might be a little bit too... Yeah, it's too high. I'm also doing it on there. It should be hand underscore L. So the location. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that should be good. And we do want it to be a little bit taller. So that way, you know, when we do these alt attacks and stuff, or any attack in general, you can hit the people on the bottom, you can hit the people above you and stuff, to some degree. Alt primary, alt bleed, alt stamina. Good. And I'll keep that stuff on for now. Now, he's going to stab his own heart. He might. He gets pretty close. Now, he does have 2 swings. So, when it's forward here with this second swing, right about there we'll say, does the red zone show where damage will be dealt? Yes, so any dinosaur that is within those 2 capsules there will get damaged. And it is set up, I believe, so that you have a slight bit of leeway. So you'll only get damaged by one of these, unless it might be within the time frame. Let's see. It's about... That actually might be in the time frame that you would get hit by both of them. But we do have a little bit of, a couple like iframes I believe I have on, just to make sure that you're not getting like spammed attacked by like 50 gens or something, and then it just kills you instantly, because that wouldn't be fun. Yeah, that'll be good. And so we'll just copy these 2, move them over here, and then let's see where this left arm. Ooh, you got some good swing there. Right about there. He is turning 90 degrees, so we're gonna make sure it's when he's at 90. So right about there. There. And is this the left? This is for left hand. A little bit over there. Yeah. And now the right hand, right there. And that's all it is for this. And again, that's kind of like a standard you'll find in these kind of, any game really, is just, you know, you have your animation, you make it into a montage, and then you apply, you know, the sound effects, the visual effects, where damage is going to be, all that kind of stuff. You know, eventually I'll have in here some notifies on, you know, where a blood effect should be, maybe an individual like sound, like when it hits something, and that's kind of what you do with these notifies. Over to this one. And this one, he's really, oh my. I have to say, these animations when you slow them down are so funny to look at sometimes, but they look really good once they're all playing out and everything. Like, yeah, that one should be good. And then the right one, right there. I have to say this one's probably my favorite paused one. It's so good, just... Anyway, moving on. Let's see, Left hand again. Oh, we're back around. And that one was way too early. Right there. Perfect. You need to move that one out of the way. Has a nice weight to this wing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's moving with all its weight. Why did that one go a little bit low? Oh, swap these. Oops. Left hand, please. There we go. There we go. Alright, I hope somebody's like screenshotting all these images here. Because you'll probably never get to see. Ooh. Oof. Hold on. Let me screenshot that for Kleiner. That one might need to be redone a little bit. And then, okay, where's the right hand? Where'd the left hand go? Alright, there. Yeah, we had some troubles with the animations because we had changed the scaling. And when you change the scaling on something, especially with Blender, I think it is, it gets very angry at you. Like, we had really stretched out dinosaurs for a while. But we got it fixed up, and I hadn't really looked at these other than just to notice that. Oh, hi Kleiner, you're here. Noticed it already? Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, fix it when you can, but it's so quick that you're never really gonna notice it, so. But yeah, fix it up if you can then. Oh, don't move that one. Move that one. Left, right, yeah. Okay, maybe this one does need fixed up a little bit. I'm gonna guess. Was it because you made the left ones first and then you mirrored stuff and just didn't adjust the feet? Because that's kind of what it looks like. We'll wait for him to respond then. Alright, left side. Left 45. Right there. Hand left, yep. And right one should go there. Beautiful, okay. Left 90. Yeah, right about there. Again, doesn't have to be perfect right now. And with these hitboxes and stuff, that'll all be tested. We'll gather feedback and stuff, you know. If we need something to be a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, always adjust, but it's good to have a good baseline here. And I think I mentioned already, but I'll mention it again, these do go down a little bit further than it might look like it should, just so that, you know, if there's something smaller here, it is still going to hit it. Because, you know, your car only comes up to about here when it's standing up, just below the arms, which really wouldn't hit it normally, but, you know, in a gameplay setting, it should be able to. I used empties as the controllers for the feet, so you can rotate the root bone without. Ah, some of the empties didn't export. Okay. Yeah. Just get it to me when you can. No big deal having to come in and tweak it then. Oh, this one's cool. And the right hand. Again, there's that perfect pose there. Somebody screenshot that. We'll make it a sticker. So are you on the Mud Crab Brotherhood side or the Horseshoe Crab Menace side? Ooh, that is a good question. I have not heard too much about the Mud Crab. I popped into Rar's most recent stream, and then I occasionally pop into them to just see what he's doing. If you guys have not seen his streams, you guys should go watch them though. They're awesome. I don't know. I think I'm just going to sit on the sidelines and just watch the two sides fight, if I'm being honest. But we do have a horseshoe crab in game, and you will one day be able to. Wow, that is an incredible pose. He is very chunky. Anyways, you will one day be able to play as the horseshoe crab. And hopefully that means someday somebody will add in or mod in a mud crab and you guys can all go at each other. Alright. That's on, goes a little bit too far. Yeah, that's cool. Well, that's really cool. He kind of jumps up a little bit. I don't know if he's supposed to, but he does. Anyways, so that is the... No need to check that one out. Okay, so that should be everything for now. We haven't quite added the visual effects and sound effects yet to them. But that will come with time. So let's see. I'm going to put the hidden screen back on just for a little bit. Directional bite. Directional attack. Ooh, that's good. Okay, let's see. Temporarily I'm going to put on these cues just to see if that is the issue. I don't think it is because these cues are for the sounds, but we're gonna just put them on just to make sure. And if it still doesn't work, I will... Let me see if this is getting called as well. Completed. And what else do I want to call? Let me make sure the mesh is correct. And make sure we're calling to the base dinosaur. Should all be, but it's good to double check, because you never know what could be bugged or broken in, you know, a previous build you did, or hotfix or whatever. Interesting, okay. So everything is calling, it's just not doing the oh, okay. That's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. I thought so. I thought it might have been. Alright, main screen. So the issue here is there are these slots which lets you kind of choose which kind of bones and which sections are used in the animation. And so on the Eocar, it's a full body for these kind of attacks. Now some of them are partial body from the neck, spine, head, and resting. And that just gives us a little bit more leeway on which ones can be used when. For the Urano, because it's a separate skeleton, it does not have those slots yet, so I just have to copy over these slots here, which I don't think I can just copy. No, I can't, but I can just copy the name, so full body, and then it'll work. Add a slot, full body, slot name, full body, close it. Open it back up. Working. If we go and play, we are indeed attacking. Now it is doing... Oh, okay. Do I have root motion enabled? I do need root motion. All of you. Asset actions. Edit. I do need root motion to make sure that it actually turns the character for you. It's very important to have for these kind of animations. Otherwise, your character's only going to visually turn, it won't actually turn. The feet? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yes, now he properly turns. Now he is... Okay, let me go back to the hidden screen. There's one thing I have to change in here. I see. Be a quick fix though. And it's in the direction to attack. And I think I want to make this a variable. Instance editable. No, I don't need to make it instance editable. Editable, I should say, not edible. Swap that. Take a quick look. Okay, it wasn't that. Oh no, it's not going to be that. It's going to be... It's going to be this one. Oh, the joys of game development. Alright, let's see, how does the attack look now? Nope, it's still going that way. Why is it? Oh. Maybe that? No, it wouldn't be that. Maybe it is that. Oh, Kleiner sent me a message. Okay. So it looks like it's going the wrong way. So I'll fix that up later. I don't want to keep the stream hidden for too long. Because, you know, looking at classified information on screen is not the most enjoyable thing. But, oh. Never mind, I fixed it. Check this stuff out. Okay. Main screen. Oh, hi, Islander. Yes. Do you want to see the Ouranosaurus attacks? Let me make him a big boy. He's going to sound like an Eocar, but it's fine. So we should have the forward. Oh, no, it went to the right. Well, it's still a little buggy. I might have just... Oh no, it's because I didn't put the front one in, that's why. But he is jumping around. I don't know. It might be a little slow, but we'll see. It might be a little bit slow. Not there. here. I forgot to put in the forward one. Oh, not there. Front. Forward? Forward. Alright, put that in. New montage section. Because it's called front in the code. I think. Yes, it's called front. Islander, what do you think on the speeds? A little slow, a little faster? Does Urano have bipedal and quadrupedal transition at some point? So currently there's an animation in for the walk that is quadruped, however it looks a little funky, and I'll show you guys what I mean then. So I think what we're going to do is make it all bipedal, and then have a quadrupedal locomotion at some point. I think that's what we're going to do, or we might just keep it how it is for now. I'm not quite sure. That'll be fine. I may need to come in here and add a couple little modifiers to raise and lower this stuff, because I still need it to be a little bit higher, I think. But yeah, there's the front one, so that should look better now. There it goes. Yeah, it just goes down too much. I think we gotta add some modifiers to raise it up. But yeah, grow it up. So there is the walk, which is on 4, but then the trot is on 2. But when you go from idle to trot, you can kind of see he goes down and then up, which is a little awkward. And I've smoothed it out a little bit, but it's still not great. It's just, yeah, like, it just kind of looks a little bit bad, so I think we're going to have to just make it all on 2 legs for now. Out of curiosity, did you guys see it swim yet? Nah, wait for the chat to see if they've seen it. I think chat is just a little bit delayed. It's probably just my latency. Here he is swimming though. And you can, if you hold the space bar, you will go up. If you hold crouch or control, you go down. And then you just kind of stay at that level if you're just using WASD. This is how we've made the swimming. You don't use your mouse to look around, and you'll go swimming down and up. I'm not sure what it's like in other games, but I do like it this way because then we can kind of look down at our creature, and you're not going to be bobbing up and down or something. Like, you can actually get a proper look at your creature in the water and stuff. Yeah, the swimming looks incredible though. Eck did a great job with that. And you can see my oxygen in the bottom right hand corner. It goes up pretty quickly and it goes down pretty slowly, so you'll be able to swim around underwater for a good long time. I think I have it about 4 or 5 minutes for the Urano. I think you run out of stamina before you run out of oxygen. But with Urano, you get to look at the fancy dev stats. If you look on the left hand side, there's a stamina, and you can see since I'm idle right now, bar is gonna be going up. So I'm gaining stamina while I'm idle. Now if I start moving, it goes down, and when I move quickly, it goes down any faster. And with that, can you push off the bottom of the lake? I don't think I can. But yeah, with the stamina, no, I can't. Not yet. That's a good feature. We should add that in. Should definitely add that in. No, this is the lowest you go, because if you look, the feet will kick right at the bottom there. So if we go any lower, the animation just doesn't allow that. Yeah, it's as low as you can go because the feet just kick. Otherwise, you'd kick through the ground. Oh, and I drowned. Wasn't paying attention. But yeah, that stamina thing is something new I added for the aquatics and semi-aquatics. So that, can you change anything here? No, I haven't added it. Oh well. So that when you're like a croc, you know, you can walk or swim at a normal speed and you'll not lose any stamina, or if you're idle, you'll regain stamina. And then for our full aquatics and stuff, you will not lose any stamina unless you're, or you'll gain stamina unless you're running around. Will there be a way to be able to drink salt water? I'd love to be swimming at the beach. I think probably that would be something we would add in as like an evolution. If you've heard about our evolutions. If not, ping me in the Discord and I'll talk about them with you then, or read on our latest dev blog. I was just thinking about something kind of like how the hippos, maybe for an extra burst of speed or something. But yeah, I mean, that could work. I could see us adding in some animation, like another animation montage, not montage, blend space, just for walking on the bottom of the lakes, and then, you know, you kind of just push off of it then. I don't think I showed the baby swimming. The baby's nice and quick when swimming, and he can see far too. The baby's animations are just the adult ones. I think we will eventually have its own custom set, like the Eocar has. Yeah. For now, it's still cool. And he's quick. He's 18 kilometers an hour swimming around down here. Which, you know, compared to the Eocar, it's about twice as fast. A little bit more. Yep. That's the swimming. We still have a couple more animations to do. What am I doing on time? 2 o'clock? Okay. Will I be able to name this boy Moto Moto? I mean, if you put your in-game name as that, you probably could. Are the underwater plants ready yet? I believe Air just gave me a couple. I don't quite remember where he put them in the files, but there are a couple underwater plants that we will be putting in then. Will gators be able to eat underwater? Yes. So I put in the code that eating will take priority over water. So if you are underwater or you're in the water, you will be able to eat. And that goes for herbivores and carnivores. So herbivores will be able to eat food off the bottom of the lake, like plants and stuff. And then gators, you know, mastodon, onychodus, that kind of stuff, will be able to eat corpses and stuff in the water. Or if you're like a T-Rex or something, you can come in and grab a corpse and drag it on the land. You know, grabbing and food will take priority over water. Urano versus Spino, who has stronger fists? Definitely the Urano. I mean, those things are... no. Can you please quickly check if the 180s work? Yes. Yes, hidden screen. How difficult is a creature locomotion programming? Not as difficult as you would think for the initial stages. So like, I will show you once I implement these two animations. It's not too difficult for the first stage. And getting like a basic look. It's when you want to make it smoother and you need to have a little bit of turning, or to have those turning animations and stuff. Then it gets a little bit more complex because you have to kind of figure out where the character's going to be moving and where they've been and stuff to kind of figure out where the tail's going to move, where the head's going to move, and all that kind of stuff. And it gets even more tricky when you have a 3D space like flying and swimming. Absolutely hated my trying to do swimming. I could not do it. I mean, I could. It was just so buggy and stuff. I can't do swimming at all. So Chica took care of swimming for us, thankfully, and he made it turn out great. I think, yeah, I really like how the swimming turned out. But yeah, it's not overly difficult for the first implementation. .180's attacks, left. Re-import with new file, left. And the right one. You know what's gonna be funny? If these import and the skeleton's wrong again. Definitely Rhino. You mean with the Rhino and Spino? No. No, I was joking. No, the Spino would win. You guys know how grouping will work? Will there be an in-game friends list? I'm not entirely sure. I think we're looking for something where you can kind of go up to your friends and you'll have a specific call. Like a 5 and 6 key will be like a decline and accept call. And that's kind of what you're going to do. I'm not sure if there's going to be an in-game list. Alright, so the 180's Kleiner. How's that? Ooh, he's doing it twice. That's interesting. It's just the 180's. Are your 180's... Put out the other 180. It looked good. Just the one did it twice. Is it this animation that does it twice, or is it the code? Must just be the code. Yes, the feet look much better now. Let's see here. Yep, it just does it once. I mean, oh, is it this? Yep, it's that. Remove the link. We don't want it to move onwards to the next one. Now it should be fine. Yeah, that's fine now. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright. So we can close or save all this stuff. Close you, close you, close you, close you, and close you. So next up we have the standard bite. We have drinking, eating, and then that's it, because these are all the locomotion ones. Oh, and scent. We have scent. So let's do the bite, because we just did the other one. Underscore bite, underscore montage, or M. Move it to the montages. The animations look so good. I know, our animators are incredible. I could never, like, I tried to animate at one point, when I was doing, like, some little mods and stuff for Minecraft, and even though I had, like, 4 things to move, it looked awful, and I just could never get it to work. Mouth animation might be a little bit off. Let's take a look on the 180s. Take a real quick look, and then I'm going to move on to the other two. It's always good to have an extra pair of eyes on this stuff. I think that seems fine. This one's mouth doesn't open. That might be something. Ooh, that's a little weird. Kleiner, if you're watching. Which one is that? Right 180. We got Furious Stream first, then GTA 6. I know, there's so much happening before GTA 6. I bet you will have GTA 6 before GTA 6. Yes, that is it. Okay. Okay, where does this thing bite? Right there. Okay. Oh, primary damage. Primary bleed. And primary stamina. Did I not have the right ones on the other attacks? For some reason the head bugged out? Okay. No biggie. Just send it to me whenever you can then. Do I need to... New car primary. Okay, so they do both have one. Good. They're named differently, so I'm going to have to fix that then. Sent me another one. Alright. Yeah. No, you're not the only one. We have many issues that just appear when you go from like a editor into a build. Like it's really weird how many things just decide to randomly break. That is the directional. Do I have... Yeah, I have it like that. Why did I put that one in there? Yep, check it out. I don't need that. There we go. It's not even... No, it is right. Okay. Alright, let's see if the bite works. How heavy is a Rhino? It is, I believe, 3,200 kilograms as an adult. Hey Furious, is this your first stream for us? Not just for you guys, it is my first stream ever actually. Besides just streaming in Discord and stuff. And again, not biting. Can anybody guess why before I get to it? It's the same issue I had before. Slot name. And this one's going to be partial body, and the reason it is only the partial part of the body is because then you can run around and deal, and you'll still have the running animation, but you'll have, you know, the bite occur. Now hopefully it works right off the bat. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that looks fine. And then let's go in and just, not there, not there, there. You, I want to turn off that debug, and we're gonna do, or no, I do want it on. Ooh, that's way too big. What's 100 look like? 100 will be about that big. And then put that on the head. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine for testing. Save everything. And then while I'm at it, I'm gonna go remove the debug on this stuff. Can I mass select stuff? Oh, I can't. I have to go through each of these one by one. Okay. Sometimes Unreal just makes silly decisions like that. You should just know that all these are the same. You think Urano's gonna create, or you think people are gonna create Urano with dual wielding swords or something? Give them like lightsabers, don't just stop at swords. You guys doing ragdolls for deaths or set animations? We are doing ragdoll deaths that'll, yeah, they're just gonna be ragdoll deaths. I will show you what the Uranos looks like then. Get rid of all of our debug. Oh, we're missing somebody's. Where is it? There it is. No debug. Alright. Yeah, let me show you the... Let me test that the bite is working. Still has the debug. Turn it off then, it's fine. All these should have theirs off. Yep. Okay, ragdoll. Keep in mind I've not really looked at the physics of this yet, so it might be a little wonky, but... Ragdoll. And we're gonna run over as an Eokar as soon as it loads in. Ragdoll. Again, a little wonky because I have not really messed with it too much, but they do ragdoll to the when they're dead. Let's see. Curious if this thing has its... No, it doesn't have the decay morph setup yet. Furiously the one choosing all kits in terms of attack sets, hitboxes, CC, bleed, damage, and all that other stuff. I'd say I probably... So I have a Google Sheet. I think it's about 40 long by 300 down. Of all the stats, everything like that. So I do all of that stuff. When it comes to kits and stuff, for the most part, I set it up and then I present to the Islander and he lets me know if he likes it, if he wants me to change something. You know, he'll give me some ideas if I need some. Like for Galley recently, I wasn't quite sure what to do with Galley, and he gave me a neat idea that I can't even remember right now. Let me look on my phone so I don't have to hide my screen again. But I'd say it's mostly me, but then I have to bounce off of Islander and stuff, and then of course the community and stuff. I come in, ask you guys things, look into chats and stuff, look for ideas. What did we give Galley that I liked? It was a really simple thing. It's a pounding kick, so basically it's a stronger kick that'll kick prey. Not prey, attackers, because it isn't an omnivore, but it'll kick people down to the ground and it'll just stomp on them. Which I thought was a cool idea, because I really couldn't think of anything else for Omni. Or not Omni. Got the Isle in my mind, because of galley things, but yeah. Yeah, I couldn't think of anything else for Galley. Okay, so that's all set up. The bite is set up. It would be cool if your camera went first-person view when you died and faded out. I think there's plans for that for a couple species. Onychodus will be able to eat players alive. It's the really long fish. And if you're small enough, you'll get eaten by it whole. You'll be swallowed whole. And I think we plan to make it so you go in the first person, so you can kind of see like the teeth closing in on down on you and stuff. Cool. Thanks for answering. Makes sense. What is your favorite dino right now? Like, you should clarify that. Right now is in what's in game, or like what we're gonna have and stuff. Because if it's in game, it's difficult to decide between Urano and Ryokar really, because Ryokar has such a cool ability coming up, but Urano, like I love Urano's locomotion, especially in the water. But if it's overall, I really do like Minmi a lot. I like Diplodocus as well, and of course Rex because of Jurassic Park. You know, that stuff. That you worked in EOE? I mean, the ones I've worked on all of them so far, stat-wise and in the Google Sheets, but in-game I've only worked on the Dryo, Rano, and Eocar. And I've only just kind of started on the Rano. I think I like working on it more because I don't have to do everything from scratch now. So, because like, Eocar would have took me 3 times as long just to put in this stuff because I had to do everything from scratch, but now I'm just like plugging in variables and stuff and it makes it go so much faster. So I just like that a lot more, because you know. Isn't the galley model already finished or in progress? I don't know if the model's done, but I know there's concept art. And I'm not quite sure when galley is coming. I should also mention that, since we had to have some roster changes and changes to when we're going to be doing stuff. Alright, let's do the drinking. Drinking's easy. Now with drinking, I have it set up, or I had requested from the animators that they split it up into 3 parts. The start, the loop, and the end, and that will make it easier for me to kind of just go through and loop through everything rather than having to be like, okay, it's at frame, you know, 34 or whatever that I have to set everything up at. If I just have these 3 animations here that I just get to pick from, it makes it a lot easier for me to just always start from here, always end from here, and then add in the montage slops as well. Which I believe I do need to do. Again, I'm going to look at the Eocar just to make sure. It's nice having a reference now. Now that one thing is done, I can just be like, oh, let's go look at it. Oh, yep. Oh, you don't need to do that anymore, but we'll keep it. Start loop end. Start loop. It's the other end. Perfect. Are any hadrosaurs planned? I'm not sure if Ourano counts as one. I think Ourano is a hadrosaur, but maybe it's not. Besides that, we have Magdapolia. And I think that's it, actually. I think it's just those 2 that I can think of off the top of my head. You loop a lot too. There's got to be a better way to do that. No, I know there's a better way to do that. I just haven't implemented it yet. It's that. You. I'm sorry, you. Oh no, not you. Go back. Go back. We're fixing stuff while we see it. Silly amateur mistakes when I started. Ourano's iguana. Okay. So we only have one then. Also, who said I could do a 24-hour stream? You're fired. Yes. Except this one. Oh, not that one. Oh, no. That one. There we go. Okay. Yeah. When I had set this up before, I wasn't super familiar with this little montage section here. But what it does is it lets me just go through and loops this montage as many times as I'd like until I need to end it. Perfect. Yes. And let me put that on the Eocar drink. That'll save a little bit of space then. And Chica will be happy about that. He is always happy when I make optimizations to things. Just make sure that it does work on the Eocar. And then we'll add the ability to the Ourano. Come on, buddy, drink. Drink! There you go. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Maybe it's not fine, but we'll see. Okay. Hidden screen for a little bit while I go add in the new ability. Copy paste. Again, another great thing about having the Eocar done is I can just be like, yep, copy its ability, paste it over here, done. Ourano, drink, remove that queue. What's my opinion on Deinocheirus? I don't know what I think on it actually. I mean, it's a cool playable. It's a cool dinosaur. It's just a little, you know, weirdly built. I'm not quite sure exactly what you're asking, like my opinions on the way it should work, my opinions on how it looks, you know, like, you know, it's an interesting looking dinosaur. It's a little weird looking, but I mean, as a playable, I know we want it to be competing with, you know, Spinosaurus and Peru to an extent. It's about 500 kilograms lighter than Peru. So that'll be its main competition. And the way that'll work is if they're both in the water, like shallow water, it'll be pretty equal overall. If it's in the water, deeper water, Perusaurus will win. If it's on land, obviously Dino will win. Generally, yeah. I mean, in general, it's a weird looking dinosaur. It's one of the more weird ones, I think. I mean, but it's cool. It's cool. Water now. Can you drink? Please say you can drink. No, don't swim. Drink. Drink. Oh no, I did have that. Again, I forgot to apply the ability. Have I any information about the Irritator? Irritator, hiding my screen while I go and add in the ability. Irritator is going to be primarily a juvie snatcher. It is going to be snatching up juveniles that come near the water, or if it's on land, it'll track down smaller prey and snatch them up. And we did a little bit of research and we found that Irritator does have that split jaw, and that's kind of what we're going to go for. Is it's going to split its jaw open, scoop up smaller prey in its mouth and like throat pouch, and carry them off and drown them, or just swallow them whole. Its second ability is going to be a mud throw. So again, with the split jaw, it'll kind of scoop up some mud in its mouth if it's near a lake and something, or a river, and throw it at larger prey. blinding them, you know, stunning them a little bit, and that gives it time to attack them or to get away, depending on how big it is. But yeah, Irritator is going to be a fun one. It'll be better in the water than Urano. It'll be slower on land. In comparison to the Irritator, I think it's about 700 kilograms short. I think it's 11 or 1200 kilograms or so. A lot of bleed damage, but not a lot of like normal damage, because we don't want it to be like attacking things like over a long, or like brawling at them, I should say. So it has low damage, but we're okay if it's going to be bleeding them out and stuff over longer periods of time if that's what they choose to do. Will Peru have a death roll? As an ability, it does not have one on the list right now, but I do like the idea, so maybe something we can add in. Will Ouranosaurus be a prey option for Eococaria? So let's take a look at these two. So if we take a look at Ouranosaurus and Eococaria, Urano's bigger, is the first thing off the bat, obviously. And there we go, okay. So Eococaria's main ability is being able to grab targets by the neck, tail, legs, or body and stuff. Urano's is to shove things down to the ground. So how I would foresee it happening as one Eococaria versus one Ouranosaurus is the Eococaria is gonna get its butt whooped. Urano is going to come in and just shove it to the ground and start slamming it and stuff. Two Eocars is where it will be a little bit more troublesome. So one might get knocked down, but then the other one could easily come in and grab the neck or the tail or the leg or something and start trying to drag it down. And that might give it the second one a chance to get up and again begin trying to grab it down. So in a way, if it could be a prey source if there's multiple ones, but primarily Eocar is going to be looking at things its size or smaller, maybe a little bit bigger, you know, things that it can kind of pin down or grab onto and just, yeah, suffocate. Suffocate is the word I'm looking for. It'll be able to suffocate prey. Will I be able to backslap a dino with an Ouranosaurus? I don't think that's kind of what the abilities look like. You won't be able to, like, there's not an ability like called backslap or whatever, but the animations may kind of look like you can. Are you guys going to be adding trike? The Triceratops is on the list. Does it do more damage if you hit the neck? So currently the tail takes less damage, the head and neck take a little bit more damage. In the future, we plan to add on a locational damage that's a bit more advanced, where if you're hitting, like, say, the arm repeatedly, it'll start to take more damage over time until it heals up. Hopefully that answers your question. But yeah, I guess it would be better if I put in, where's the idle? Because it's primarily standing up on two legs most of the time, you gotta remember. So it's really up here on Eocar. And that's a little bit of a reach to get up to the neck to suffocate it. So if they're gonna take it down, it's gonna have to be through bleeding and stuff. Will you be adding mud crab and horseshoe crab war mechanic? Gosh, am I allowed to give a silly answer here or not? Somebody brought up the horseshoe crab and mud crab earlier, and I said that I was going to stay neutral to that whole thing, but horseshoe crab will be playable. So I guess in a way we're going to be adding like half of that. So you as the community will have to band together and create a mod of the mud crab to add in once horseshoe crab is in and have that battle. Are you guys going to be making Rex look more like from the movies or adding your own twist on Rex? I'm not entirely sure. I don't have a ton of say in what happens with the concepts of like how these dinosaurs look and stuff. Based on what every other dinosaur has been designed with, it's going to be more realistic. If you look for skeletals and stuff, usually RAR will copy a skeletal. I think that's what he did with the Spinosaurus on stream. So if you're looking at like Scott Hartman skeletons or something, you know, what Sue looks like, what Scotty looks like, that's probably what it'll be. By suffocating, you mean Urano might die of asphyxiation, Io doesn't let go for a while? Exactly that. That is what Eocar's primary ability is. It is going to either wear down the target by just multiple ones grabbing onto them and dragging them around, or it is going to grab onto the neck and just clamp down and hold there until they stop breathing. Will the Spinosaurus be able to carry their babies if there's nesting in the game? Yes, all species will be able to do that. Will evolutions be in the tech demo? They will not. That'll be a later game thing. Sorry to bombard you with questions, you're all good, but how will Spino and Deinocheirus compete? Good question. I think it's going to follow the same suit as Prusaurus. So they're pretty similar in weight. Spino's a little bit heavier. I think Spino's about 1,000 kilograms heavier or so. And it's going to be, I just realized I'm not sharing the main screen with you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was looking at I was sharing models and stuff and everything, like sailing. Anyways, yeah, Spino and Deinocheirus, it's going to be primarily, you know, if they're in the water, Spino's probably going to win. On land, Dino's probably going to win. Spino does have the size advantage, so we'll see. Yeah. I need to test this drinking, though. You guys keep asking all these questions. I mean, I'm grateful. I love having all the questions and stuff, but I do have my work to do, of course. We had some debug in here. Okay. How is MIPE going to be if you guys have it sort of planned out? Since I did see it on the roster and on this Discord. And how do you make the Io let go if it grabs your neck? I'll answer that one first because it's simpler. There's going to basically be a mini game between both players, and if the Eocar runs out of stamina, it'll have to let go. It'll be stamina based. As per MIPE, it is going to have like a reverse night vision. Oh, so it's just too short. His poor little line trace is too short. Oh, not that one. In that during the day, it will not be able to see very well. Basically, it'll have shortened vision or blurry vision, and during night, it'll have really, really good night vision. And it'll basically have a sixth sense that kind of lets it sense movement and sounds, like its hearing will be advanced, basically. And my go-to example is if you ever played Fortnite and you kind of get those effects on the screen and stuff. Kind of pointing you to where the sounds are, that's kind of what it'll be like. So if you know there's a MIPE around, you want to be cautious, you want to be crouching and be quiet, because you know if you step on a branch or something, it snaps, it's going to know exactly where you are and come after you and run towards you. Again, another kind of example you could put towards kind of like the clickers from Last of Us. It'll be kind of like that as well. Again, not exactly like those two things, of course, but it'll be similar. Alright, better. Let me see how long the adult one is. Is the adult, I think, should be good, but maybe it's not. I know you guys have been waiting forever for me to stream. Hopefully you guys enjoy this content and I can stream more often then as well. Okay. I need to hide this, and I'm going to need to change the way this code looks then. Or I guess I can do that another day. It's not set up so that it can work with the Eocar as well as or the Urano as well as I'd like. So Let me write that down and change that up then. Alright, will Baby Piro be able to climb logs? If they are low enough on the ground, I mean, it's not going to be climbing up over things like, here, let me trot on over here. It's not going to be able to climb up on something like this, but if it's lower on the ground, like, please don't shoot me. If it's, get away. If it's like this, it might be able to climb up on it like a little bit, like step up on it. But if it's too high, it obviously won't be able to. Any dino is going to have an ambush mechanic. Not like inherently. I'm not sure if we want to make it so that when things crouch, they'll get a little bit faster, or add it in so that when they're crouched, you know, they get a little buff or something to their damage. But it's something we could think about having. There's no like special mechanic plan, like you're not going to hold RMB and then you're going to suddenly be faster or something. I'm glad you like the mini-game mechanics idea. Io does have more stamina than Ouranosaurus. Not by too much, by about a minute or so when it's running. But again, that can be changed with based on the attacks and stuff as well. There we go, we're drinking. No problem answering your question, Seraph. Will you be adding nesting? We will be at one point. Not entirely sure when, but yeah, that'll be coming then. Alright, how does this look? I mean, it's going through, it's looping, it ends. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm not happy because I thought the Urano didn't do that, but oh, that's why the Urano didn't do it. Or the Icar, sorry. Save that. Okay. Drink added. Will there be poisonous plants in the game for humans, such as mushrooms or berries? I just looked at the plant list and I sent it to Air. There are a couple. There's going to be corpse flowers, which are going to be toxic to dinosaurs and humans alike, and they'll be used for poison arrows, I believe. And there are also mushrooms. Zen, which is our very small raptor bleeder venominator, will acquire venom by eating small mushrooms. Is there any way to increase the volume? I sound a little bit quiet. Can bring my mic a little bit closer. I am a quiet talker, so I do apologize for that. I have always been a quiet talker, always been told that. Everything. Notice the front of the body was moving along the head. Let me look at it again. I'll make it bigger as well. Ooh, Islander sent 5 memberships. Thank you, Islander. Let me know if this looks correct, Kleiner. Unfortunately, there is a lock at 90 degrees or 180 degrees, so I can't look at the front of it. And the camera, it does get slowed. Will certain creatures be able to climb? Yes, and I have a pretty neat idea on how I'm going to implement climbing that I can't share with you guys yet. I've only shared it with Islander, and I think it's going to work out really nicely, so it's going to be really smooth and natural. It's fine, we'll forgive you if you add nukes in the game. Yeah, I don't think we're going that path. We're keeping everything tribal. Are you planning in case Eo grabs a leg, the target can't run anymore, or dynamics like that? If 2 eels, for example, grab one each arm Urano, he will stop being able to attack with its arm swipes and stuff. I would like that. I don't know if you could hear my sigh, but thinking about it is a lot to code and like have to go through and stuff. But yeah, that'll be really, really difficult to go through and have to do everything. I do have it. I want to set it up so that depending on how many people are attacking you and weight differences, stamina differences, certain things happen. If it's a grab attack, you might only pin the creature or stun it, or you might be hurt yourself, depending if it's really big, or if you're really big and the thing's really small, it might be able to just automatically escape. That sort of thing. Seraph, can you tell that I like Dinocheris? I definitely can. Thank you very, very much. Since there are poisonous mushrooms in this game, does that mean if a dinosaur eats or gets hit by an arrow that has mushrooms properties, will it be like that one video of the Shuno on Strums? I have not seen that video. You should link it to me in the Discord. What will sulfur actually do? I don't know if there's sulfur in the game. Will there be any I hate pronouncing that word. Henry Ford, why did you have to put that word in there? Azractids? There is one, and it's another dinosaur that I have trouble pronouncing. It's like Aramborginia, I think it's called. And are you guys going to add where you hit the dino, it shows up on the other dino, and are you going to be able to tell if the other dino is getting low in health? Like scars and stuff and like damage effects? Probably. Okay. And I think I have time to get the... Yeah, I still got time. I still have some time. Oh, not the Eocar. So used to working on the Eocar. Let's add in the eating one. Eating is done exactly the same way as Ouranosaurus. Oops, not that. Ourano underscore M. What will the playstyle of Anki look like? I've not really gotten to Anki too much. It's going to be, similar probably to what you see on every other Anki is like, because an Anki is an Anki. We have a lot of fossil evidence on what they do. We have, a lot of fossils on what they look like and stuff. So that one's a little bit more difficult to kind of go outside the realm of normal. Right now it has several variations of tail attacks. One of them is a slam. A couple of them are heavy attacks, and a couple are lighter. I believe it has a shove ability, so it'll kind of like bump up on the dinosaur to push them away. And then it has, of course, the bite, as everything else does. But besides that, I've not really looked at Anki too much. Come on, move. I'm going to move this one first. Not too far. There we go. Start. Montage section. Loop. Until it clicks in place. And end. Excellent. And then, of course, make sure we change the slot names again, because I keep forgetting that. And we want to loop this one, I believe. Yes. Okay. What are the current planned biomes in the game? I don't know of all of them. I'm not sure of them all either. I know there is a desert, redwoods, snowy mountains, volcano, jungle, swamp, meadows. think that's it. But there might be more. You'll have to catch Airstream and ask him about that then. I believe he streams Tuesday, maybe? I think it's Tuesday. What are your guys' thoughts on adding the Mega Beaver? I don't think there's any plans for mammals to be added right now. Enki playstyles like a crippled turtle. Exactly. Yes, a nice man. Those should be most of the biomes there. Will some dinosaurs like raptors be able to latch onto other bigger dinosaurs? Yes. Yes, Utahraptor, Zen, Mipe will be able to pounce onto things that are smaller than it, and then we'll have stuff that we'll be able to grab, like Eocar can grab things. Be quite a few things that can do that. Must hide my screen for a little bit. Need to add in the ability. Scent eating. And it is there. Ooh, okay, okay. So I can just change it here. Eating is not set up the way I want it to be set up, so I have to do some extra funky things. Yeah, it's the final major system that needs to be optimized and revamped before the tech demo. But once it's done, it's done. I saw that Minu is going to be able to sort of burrow since it can burrow itself in mud and sediment of riverbeds, so it's going to be sort of like semi-aquatic, sort of like a pygmy hippo. So the two species that I can think of, I think there's a third one that I based it off of, is snapping turtle and mud skipper. So it'll be able to burrow little tunnels in the lake underwater, and then push up mud on land where it'll have little nests and areas it can live in. I'm toying with the idea of making it an omnivore, primarily eating plants, but be able to catch small fish and stuff. But we'll see, and that's kind of where the snapping turtle part comes in, but also being able to swim really well. Oh, I need to go eat. Food is over here. Turns pretty good, I'd say. It's one of the feedback QA gave us. They wanted the dinosaurs to feel weighty, but they want them to also, you know, be able to turn them, not be like a truck. And yes, we can eat now. And there's our food going up. That's all working. Yes, our food's going up. Our diet is going up. Yes, the diet is going up. Oh, I just got shot. So that's a cool thing. I don't know if you guys have seen that yet. There's an arrow sticking out of me. Oh, and it's gone. Shoot me again. Do it. Yeah, I think these animations are going to need to be sped up a little bit. Yeah. Are some dinos going to have bone break ability? Yes. Anki's Club will have a bone break. T-Rex is going to have a slam ability that'll shatter bones when it slams creatures on the ground. Packy will be able to break bones. A couple others. I hope the in-game audio isn't too loud. I believe I lowered it a little bit, but I'm not actually sure if you guys can hear it at all, but I don't want you to leave. I'm gonna cheat and go over to you. these things are too slow. Much too slow. Need to update all the tribal animals? Yeah. Yeah, they're still just kind of T-posing around. They're working still, though. I think these animations are just too slow. But that's fine. If I can go in and speed them up then. I still want it to feel weighty and stuff, but, you know, it's a game, so we don't want players feeling like it's a pain to hit things. How many creatures will be in the tech demo anyway? You'll have Ouranosaurus and Eocarcharia. There will be Dryosaurus and Horseshoe Crab AI, and the tribal will be playable. You will not be able to play as Horseshoe Crab and Dryosaurus. Oh, you now have the Chica. You now have the moderator status. That's good. Islander must be snooping around. It's a tricky thing making stuff feel both heavy and fast. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna double it and give it to the next person. Let's see how that, is that too much? That's way too much. What if we do 50%? That's still too much. 1.35? That might be okay. Let's see how that feels. It's easier changing the speeds of these things than the movement, thankfully. Alright, so let's see. That's cool, but it might be a little fast still. It's good on the front, so maybe we'll just have to change them individually. I don't know. I kind of like it, actually. Can I hit you, actually? If I can actually turn? I mean, I still can't hit you, which means I'm going to have to mess with the hitboxes then, but... How about you? You're sitting there, peacefully. Yeah, I killed him. Oh. No hair. Alright. And I think the last thing I'm going to do today is the scent, and then that'll be all the animations that I have acquired so far. Yes, that is the last one. And this one is super simple. Orano underscore scent underscore M for montage. Move it to montages. Set it as partial body. Oh, partial body. Delete. And do I need to do the loopy thing or not? Because send doesn't have an in out, it's just, it's always going. I think it's sniff actually. If I looked at the montage, that would help. Yes, okay, so, Chica, if you're still watching, look at this. I'm optimizing things. Start. Don't forget to fix right 180. Yes, I will get that. Once I finish up with the scent, I'll put that in, and then I think we'll be done for today. Where's my loop option? Oh, okay, that's how. We'll just do the same thing here. Start. Montage section, end. Loop it. And we're good to go. Not quite. Gotta add the ability. I want to ask whether, whenever something dies in game, will it ragdoll like in the aisle and path, or will it just play an animation and turn into a carcass like in Bob? It will turn into an animation, and then it will become static. That helps save on performance, but also gives a more variable look when things die. Never really get any Triassic creatures. The only one I know of is Coelophysis, but I think there are other Triassic creatures in there. Rhino, abilities, add. What were we doing? Scent, that's right. Scent. Let's grab the Eocar scent and just duplicate it. Because it makes it so much easier to do. It's so nice having, if anybody knows how to do Unreal things, you have your, your parent class and your child class. And I have my parent base dino class, and I have the child class that just sets the animations and stuff. And it's nice just being able to copy and paste a child class and then just place everything in, and then that's it. Yes, Allo will be added. I should just be able to put in Ouranosaurus scent anim, remove the scent Q, because that'll be... Can we add backflips in the game? If you can give me a dinosaur and get me a video of a dinosaur, a real dinosaur, not that inflatable GIF one, I know, then yes. Scent though. You're not playing your anim. Why? Set up. Oh crap. Oh no. Oh yeah. I did it again. The one thing about copy pasting though is you have to remember to rename things. How will the playstyle of Allo be? It'll be a heavy bleeder. And that's about all I can share right now. It doesn't... let me look at the abilities it has. Because I kind of forget them at the moment. I don't mind sharing abilities. Claw attacks, directional bite. The Gnash attack, yes. So it'll have like a heavy bleed attack that it'll use to bring down prey, primarily. Clawing at the legs, the body, that kind of stuff. Do you guys know how many players are going to have on each server? So we're going to have 100 players per map. And I say per map because there are 2 maps per server, technically, which in a way is like 2 servers. I'm not quite sure how it all works, or how Islander wants it to work then, but we're aiming for about 100 players minimum. And are there any plans for large flyers? Yes, Airport Gianna. Not quite sure how to pronounce that one, but yes, it is in. And now we have the scent, and if we wait, we should be able to sniff that plant over there. Oh, and the footprints. More footprints appear. Water should soon appear. I'm not quite sure what the... Ooh, you stopped your animation. Oh, yep, the plant showed up on the screen. The water's showing up. Perfect. Okay, so it's just fixing up this here. Which, I mean, it goes through and it doesn't repeat. I mean, it should. It goes back to here. I mean, this one does that, right? No? Huh. Oh well. I'll get that fixed up then. Oh, and I forgot to... Okay, sorry, I forgot to switch my screen again. I'll show you guys the sniff real quick. And then I'm going to be done for today. Grow up. Okay. Are there going to be any Abulosaurids in game? Yes, Scorpio Venator. If you guys are going to expand the roster in any way, since it relates to the Majungasaurus in a dinosaur game for once. Yeah, there won't be a Majungasaurus, unfortunately, but Scorpio will be in. And it'll be using an infectious bite to spread disease across the island. Hope you guys raise the bar for the Dino Games competition. It's especially good for the style of the game. Yeah, I think competition is healthy in any genre game. I mean, you know, you can get to hear it from one of the Echoes of Extinction devs. We're not out to, you know, destroy any games or anything like that. And we prefer to stay away from all that stuff, you know. That's not what we're here for. We're here to create a game we enjoy, a game we want others to enjoy, and just be a healthy competitor in the dinosaur survival game environment, just like any other game would want to be. But yeah, I think that is everything for today. We have the sniff done, we got the bite done, alt attacks are in, and eating is in. Too lazy to run over to the bush, but that's all in. And hopefully next time we have a couple more animations. If not, I will figure something else out to stream for you guys. I might just do some more Q&A stuff, or we might go through and do some balance things. I'm not sure yet, but I hope to plan, or I plan to stream as often as I can, about every Friday or so. But yeah. Without Herrera, we will not have Herrera, unfortunately. Thanks for the stream, awesome work. Of course, anytime. It will not be a baby snatcher. No, it'll be infecting things. But that is the last question I'm going to answer for now. I'm going to head off. I'll catch you all in the Discord, and hopefully next week then. Hope you guys have a great rest